Hey guys, I'm Gabby and this is Gabby's Gallery. As always, if you're new here, welcome, and if you've seen my other videos, welcome back. So today, I'm going to be giving you guys a list of 7 sleepover games for teen girls. So I am so excited about this video because, as you know, I have sleepovers with the LTS a lot, and there's always some sort of game that we're playing, and I'm so excited to share these with you because they're so fun and they're some of my favorite games to play at sleepovers. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hey guys, real quick, just wanted to let you know that even though the title says games for teen girls, these can be played by absolutely anyone, and there's nothing in this suggesting that this can only be played by teen girls. So with that, I love you guys and enjoy the video!
2, 3.
Okay, so the first game that I love to play at sleepovers is Paranoia. Now I know a lot of you are probably familiar with this game. It's pretty popular, but basically in Paranoia you need at least 4 people, and this is really good with big groups. So you can play it with at least 4 people, but it's really fun with big groups. But basically how Paranoia works is you all sit in a circle and then someone starts. So say it was my turn. I'd whisper in the ear to my left question revolving around like the group. So like, who is the best dancer? And then you want to make sure nobody else can hear. And then they answer out loud. So everybody can hear the name, but nobody knows the question. So if it's like, if they say your name, then like, you don't know what the question was, so it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. And then you flip a coin, and if it's heads, then the person tells the question, and if it's tails, then they don't tell the question. So if you get tails and your name was said, then you that's why it's called Paranoia, because then you're paranoid, like, was this a good question, was this a bad question, and you might never know. So that one is super fun. The next one I'm going to tell you about is called the lap game, and this one I was trying to think of how many people you need a minimum to play this game, and I really don't think, because honestly you could play this with 2 people, it just wouldn't be too fun, but I'd say you need like a medium group. So basically how the lap game works, if you watched my LTS sleepover video, the summer sleepover, then you know kind of how this works, but I'll explain it again, and if you haven't watched that video, you should check it out because it's really funny. So anyways, what happens in the lap game is you should get a list, whether online or on paper, of questions like, have you ever done so-and-so? And then everyone starts sitting in their own spot, so like a pillow or a chair, depending on where you are, and then someone asks the question, and if you have done that, then you move a spot to the left. But if you have not done that, you stay in your spot. So if you're following my train of thought, then you know that if I have not done it, I'm going to be here, but if the person to the right of me has done it, they're going to be on my lap. So it's really fun because we actually, when the LTS played it, we ended up all 4 on each other's laps, and guess who's at the bottom? Me. So that was very interesting, but yeah, it's super, super fun. So I definitely recommend this game. The next one that I'm going to recommend is Late for Work. This one is so fun. You need at least 3 people, but for me, I like to play with at least 4 people. You could definitely make it work with 3 people, but 4 people makes it like really fun. So how this game works is one person is the person who was late for work. One person is the boss, and 1 or 2 people are co-workers. So basically, you have the person who's late for work leave the room or go somewhere where they can't hear what you're talking about, and then the co-workers and the boss figure out, and if there's extra people, you can have them as like the audience, and they also help you decide, but you're going to decide where they were, what they were doing, and who they were with. So basically, it could be like where they were could be McDonald's, what they were doing could be eating jelly beans, and who they were with could be like Ariana Grande, because it can be totally random. And then once you've figured out those 3 things, you have the person who is late for work come in and sit in front of the boss, and the coworkers stand behind the boss. So the boss asks the worker, the person who was late for work, like, why were you late for work? Like, where were you? And then what happens is the coworkers try to act out the place. So if it was McDonald's, you might have one coworker pretending to be like the cashier, and then another person like ordering or something. And then once they guess McDonald's, you move on to what they were doing, which is eating jelly beans or whatever it is. And then if the worker can't figure out something, you can have the boss just be like, okay, well, we'll come back to that, but who were you with? And just skip that one and then come back to it. But that one is so fun, and it gets so hilarious. Me and the LTS play this all the time. It's one of our favorite games.
Also, I forgot to mention, at any point in the game, the boss can turn around and look at the coworkers, and since they're trying to act something out, usually they're in a really weird position, so then the coworkers, or the boss can be like, what are you guys doing? And then the coworkers can like make up some silly random excuse for what they were doing, so those get really funny too.
My fourth game on this list is, I don't really have a name for it, so I just called it Nail Polish Spinner, but you can play this with any number of people. You can even play this by yourself if you want to, because quarantine has us all stuck inside. But anyways, you get a spinner from literally like any game, and then put nail polish all around it, and make sure to mix in some bad colors with the good colors too. And then you and like everyone else spin twice, and you get 2 nail polishes, and then you have to paint all 10 of your fingers with those 2 colors. Now you don't have to paint like 5 nails of one color and 5 nails of another. You can do like 1 nail of each hand. Like if you get like a really pretty purple and then like black, you can just do like black on like your pinkies and then purple on the rest. But you can do that however you want, and that one is super fun because you can end up with really like not great colors like I did, or you could end up with really good colors. And basically how we play this, I mean obviously you can play it different if you want, but how we play it is you have to put a clear coat on top, and you cannot take it off with nail polish remover. You have to like wait until they naturally come off. So as you can see, mine are chipping, but can't take it off because it's game rules, and I will stick to them. No, it's not ideal. So yeah, but that's that game. And then my 5th one is to do some sort of scavenger hunt, and you can do this with any number of people, but it is a lot more fun in big groups because you can split up into teams. So how you can do this is, one time I just had one friend over, and we decided to do a scavenger hunt. We made a list for each other of like fairly typical household items, and then we swapped lists. And then you have to go find all the things on the list, and then you can check it off. And whoever gets done first wins. That's fun for small groups, but like if you have a bigger group and you have some sort of chaperone, or if you can drive, then it's super fun to like go somewhere. Or like one time I did like a mall scavenger hunt. That was fun, but obviously you have to have adults unless you're like old enough to go on your own. But then you could also do, if you can drive, or if you have someone who can drive you, you could do it like around your town, around your like city. Like you have to like go take a picture in front of Chick-fil-A, then go like run around at the dog park or something. That's 3 different scavenger hunts you can do, and that is so fun. So I would definitely recommend doing a scavenger hunt. Those are really fun. So my 6th one is Never Have I Ever, and you can do this with any number of people, but this is so much fun with big groups. So basically, if you don't know how Never Have I Ever works, there's 2 different ways you can play it. You can do how I did in my Never Have I Ever video. Check that out. It's pretty funny. But you can have like signs or things that say like I have and I have never, and then draw little things out of the bowl that say like Never Have I Ever eaten a bug. And if you have, then you do like I have, and then you end up finding out some really funny things about each other. So that version's pretty fun too. But at sleepovers, I like to play this second version, which is everybody has either, you can choose 5 fingers up or 10 fingers up. And then you go around in a circle saying something you haven't done. So I have never, let's see, I don't even know what to say, but I'll just make up something. Never have I ever owned an iPad. And then like, if you, like, obviously you say something you haven't done. I've owned an iPad before, but that's just something that I thought of. So then, if the other people in the circle have owned an iPad, they have to put a finger down. So if they have done that thing, you have to put a finger down. And then obviously on the next person's turn, if you've done what they say, you have to put a finger down. And then the first person with all 10 or 5 of their fingers down loses. And then you can just keep going from there, or you can just say that they lose. So yeah, that's Never Have I Ever. Definitely recommend. And then my 7th and final sleepover game for teen girls is Can confessions. You can do this with any number of people, but this is so fun, and it's really fun in big groups too. But basically, how you play confessions is you go around in a circle, and so say it was my turn, I could be like, confess something bad you did at school. So basically, you like make a category of confession, and then everybody, I think everybody including you can play it including you, or just everybody else has to confess one thing that they did bad at school or whatever the category is. And that one's super fun. If obviously you probably want to do this with people you're like closer to in case any like tea gets spilled. But you know, so that one is really fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment down below which your favorite game is. Make sure to comment down below which of these is your favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. I post every Monday and Thursday. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!